Good morning, everybody. It is 4 o'clock in the morning. I am in a hotel room just off site at Heathrow Airport. And today I'm flying to Oslo. And I'm rather hoping that this is the first in a very short series of maybe daily vlogs documenting my trip to Norway this Christmas. So this is the Sheraton Skyline on Bath Road near Heathrow Airport. And today I am flying to join a Gutsy Girls trip to learn how to cross-country ski. I've bought a new camera, so forgive me trying to get used to this. I thought I'd take you along with me. I needed to do something incredibly proactive with this particular week of the year, given everything that's happened in 2025, and I've decided to just go and have an adventure. I think I've realised that I have always felt the most me when I'm doing something slightly adventurous, slightly wild and freeing, and maybe slightly of a challenge. I've never been cross-country skiing before. I am a beginner. I have done alpine skiing, although I'm pretty mediocre at that and haven't done it for at least 8 or 9 years. So yes, I've done a buy an adventure trip. Drove down to Heathrow yesterday afternoon. I spent the night here at the Sheraton Skyline. It's somewhere I've stayed before. I'm leaving the car here and I am heading off to Norway for 10 days. The Gutsy Girls trip is a week, and then I've booked 2 or 3 days in Oslo to finish, just to have a bit of a city break as well. So not a Quirky Stays series by any stretch of the imagination, but I thought this might be a little fun adventure for us to go on together over the next few days. So let me think what else you need to know at this point in the video. Today is a travel day, so I will do my best to take you along with me. Do not expect this to be like a Cara and Nate travel video or any of those other amazing airport transit type videos you see. The very, very sad thing is the kettle in this hotel room doesn't work. And I didn't try it until just now. I didn't try it last night. So I'm very, very sad about that. So I need to find tea. I booked a transfer, so that's picking me up at 5. My flight's at just after 7. I've then got a bit of a gap, and then I've got a train to take me to a place called Venabu, where the Gutsy Girls trip really starts, because there's a transfer from there to take me to the hotel. Without further ado, shall we go on an adventure? The glasses are off because I've just packed those. Just thought I'd do you a very quick hotel room tour in case you decide to stay here. Here we are, look. I mean, obviously it's a bit of a mess now. It's absolutely huge. I've always found in the UK, airport hotels are the biggest. There's a pool here, there's 3 restaurants. I've not really made use of any of the facilities. I just arrived last night and tried to get an early night. I haven't really slept. I'm getting used to this camera. I bought the Osmo Pocket 3, I think it is. I've got my North Face duffel bag on wheels. We bought these when we did our big America trip. When was that? 2014, so it's still going strong. I've got my day pack, which I shall be using as my main hand luggage, and then I've got my little Uniqlo bag. I honestly don't know what this trip is going to bring, other than hopefully a new skill, some great views outside, maybe a chance to see the Northern Lights. I don't know. I've never done a Gutsy Girls trip before. I know one person that has done one and she had a great time. The communication's been great. I will fill you in. I will let you know. But first of all, shall we do a cue montage and let's get me to the airport? Good afternoon. I actually don't know how much this is going to pick up, but we're going to give it a go. I am sat in Joe and the Juice in Oslo Airport. I've just had a juice and a sandwich because it is now 20 to 1 in the afternoon. I've got just under 2 hours until the train takes me to where I need to go. And yes, this is me vlogging in public, but this camera's pretty discreet, so you know, we're going to give it a go. Forgive the face, forgive everything. I've had to put my glasses on to make my eyes work properly. The flight itself was absolutely fine. It's actually only about 1 hour 45 minutes in the end, so that's pretty good. Happy with that. But then after the flight, passport control took forever. Sadly, I am no longer invited into the EU passport line, and so I had to join the all passports line, and I don't know what they were doing. Sometimes it happens, doesn't it? It was like I was entering the US. It just took so long. By the time I got into the baggage reclaim hall, they'd already cleared the carousel and moved on to another flight. All of the bags had been tidied away somewhere. Could I find where they were? I mean, I used the air tag. I knew it was in the building. I knew my bag had arrived. Nobody seemed to know where they'd gone. Ended up in the bag baggage service queue, and she just went, oh yeah, they're over there. They did have me for a minute there. I've been chatting to some of the other ladies that are on the same trip as me on WhatsApp. It turns out one of them was on my flight. I didn't realise. She has taken a bus instead of a train, so she got on the bus. There are 2 or 3 who've just landed. They are apparently going to come to Joe and the Juice to meet me. As I think you'll probably know, I am quite introverted, and so booking a group trip like this is quite a big deal for me. I think it's okay for me to say out loud that I haven't booked this trip to make friends. I'm not looking for a new set of adventure buddies or whatever it is, but booking a group trip felt like a good and sensible thing so that I had people to be with over the Christmas period, so that learning a new skill was made more fun. But I am a little bit nervous that my social battery is not going to last very long, because my battery in general isn't lasting very long at the moment, but we're going to give it a good go. We have just landed at the hotel, so it was a 2-hour flight, quite a long wait at the airport, a 2.5-hour train ride. Couldn't show you any of that because I was sat in an aisle seat and there was a lady in the window seat, and then we got picked up. The hotel have a van. They picked us all up from the train, and we've driven half an hour up into the mountains, and I'm here. I know it is beautiful because I've seen photos, but I can't see it with my own eyes because it's pitch black. What I do know is it is a beautiful, clear and starry sky, and I am told the northern lights are out. So it's 5:30. We're meeting at 6 to have our boot fitting, and then it's dinner at 6:30. So I've got a very quick turnaround. But let me show you very quickly what's going on here. So, as you can see, it's very Scandinavian. I'm on the ground floor, a little chair there, a chair and a desk there, and then a little entryway, and then I think this is the bathroom. Oh yes, there it is. Very, very basic bathroom. Shower, wet room vibe, I think. Well, I left the hotel at 5 a.m, so I've been travelling for 12 hours and I am shattered, but also I am really looking forward to it. I am here with a company called Gutsy Girls. I've paid for this. This is not a sponsored thing by any means. I think the days of me doing sponsored trips like I did with Top Deck Travel back in, I don't know when that was, when I went to Turkey, I think those days are probably over. I've met our host, Lily. She seems really lovely. It's her first trip as host, which is kind of cool, don't you think? The thing I like about this camera is that it follows my head, look. I am excited for this trip. Obviously, the main thing I've come for is to learn how to cross-country ski. The second part of that is to do quite a big bit of escaping of reality. And if you've been watching my Quirky Stay series, then you know all about that and the reason that I'm picking adventure at the moment. But also, there's other things happening this week. So there's a day where we do some snowshoe hiking. We get to go on a horse-drawn sleigh ride. We're hopefully going to meet some huskies who are actual race huskies. There's also an opportunity to do sauna and cold plunge. A couple of weeks ago I did the wild sauna experience with Fellside Sauna at Derwentwater and had a cold plunge in Derwentwater itself. I suspect any cold plunge here might be a little more chilly than that. There's also talk of a special Christmas Eve celebration because Norwegians celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, and the hotel are putting on a bit of a special evening. Christmas Day lunch being outside by the fire. And what else? I can't remember. But the next 7 days are going to be really fun. Hopefully I will be able to do a bit of filming. Let's go play at being Norwegian for a week. All right, so we just had word that our guide hasn't quite made it to the hotel yet. They've been travelling today as well as the rest of us, so our boot fitting is going to be after dinner. There's no kettle in my room, but apparently there's tea and coffee and water available in the lounge. So I think I'm going to get myself sorted a little bit and then go to dinner a bit early so that I can have a drink because I'm quite parched. You probably can't see anything, but I've been here for 10 minutes and the northern lights are out. I'll insert a photo because I've just taken some photos. Happy me. Forgive the appearance and also forgive the big gap because my first attempt at daily vlogging this adventure hasn't really gone to plan. I've just not been able to do it, and clearly I am now getting ready for bed. It is 10 o'clock and I am absolutely shattered. My 3:45 alarm clock this morning is taking its toll. The food at this hotel is absolutely fantastic. We had a 3-course dinner this evening, a spiced tomato soup with goat's cheese, poached halibut with a mustard hollandaise, potato and vegetables. And yes, I've ticked it off the list already. A Norwegian brown cheese baked cheesecake with a berry compote and sour cream. Oh, it was very good. Our Gutsy Girls host has given us our itinerary for tomorrow. We were going to have our boot fitting today, but it's been moved to tomorrow morning just to make it easier for everybody. I did briefly go and sit in the lounge and have a cup of tea. There's live piano music in the lounge, which was really lovely. Genuinely a really lovely atmosphere at this hotel. It feels rough around the edges. It's not luxury. The room facilities are pretty basic. It's all a bit old and rough, but it is going to be just fine for this. I've spread out. I've used one of the bedside tables as a dresser. Hooks everywhere. That is one good thing. I have actually unpacked. There isn't really anywhere to put my suitcase. It won't fit under the bed, so I've put that under the desk over there. It'll be fine. I've handed my flask in. Each evening, you hand in your flask, you put a label on it to say what you want in it, and in the morning at breakfast, they give it to you ready-made, so you can take that out for your morning break. That's a nice touch. And the choices were green tea, black tea, coffee, hot berry juice, which I might do another day, but I've gone for black tea tomorrow. I'm going to stop here, and what I'll do is I'll tell you about tomorrow's itinerary tomorrow. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Good night, everybody. I hope you sleep well, and I'll see you next time.